smoking, blazing, feeling amazing. What's up, man? I go by Jama, you know, the one who took your chick. Pardon me, you know, I'm sorry, Lord. But peep this, look. I've been working on a lot of shit, not just music, but I've been working on writing a couple. I've been on this. My hobby is I like to write. Period. You know, just to kill time. Something. You know. So to all my smokers, you know, I just finished rolling the sweet as well. So it's just I've been working on a couple on a fucking book. I got a shitload of books, but I've been working on a book called What If. And I'm not saying it's true. You know, you can't say I'm crazy. That's like saying Stanley is crazy for, you know, what he created. No, he just had a hell of imagination. You know, someone who told himself, hey, you know, I'm tired of seeing what I'm seeing. You know, I want something new. It's boring. So I said, hey, you know what? I came up with it. I made a little book of my theory of how I think life started. I'm not saying it's true. I'm just saying, hypothetically speaking, what if? You know, I have a right to my opinion. So, and I like to smoke. To all my smokers in this smoking culture, break some down, roll that bitch, light that hoe. You know, puff that bitch. Zone to this hoe. So let's go to all of those who be peeping me out and following me on the level. I want you to peep this. You know, it's just another fucking book I have. I got a shitload. I got this one, What If. I got Screening. I got Unknown King. I got a shitload. So I'm just another cat who said, hey, you know what? Let me give you something. You know, I just told myself I want to go outside the box. I want to create something new. You know, why not? So I came up with this book called What If. Sick. Don't you hate it when your lighter don't stop? And I just came out of work. So I know y'all gonna hate. You're gonna be like, oh, he's smoking Swisher. He ain't smoking paper. You know. Oh, he's smoking off a lighter. Most cats don't wanna inhale the fuel. Bullshit. So look, I got this book called What If. So I'm gonna give you an ideal of it. So look, this is my theory of how I think life started. So life itself, it's own self-creation off of what, like bacteria, DNA. You know, when a fucking animal dies, little bullshit self-creates itself and it starts to eat the body of that shit that's dead. So it's just the same shit on the level, I thought. So when life itself creating itself, it's being created, okay, you know, which is we consider the first creation, which is the creator, you know, because it's the first creation. So when it's being created, it has to go through a process we all have to go through. You know, it's like a baby when it's born. It has to go through a process so it can show itself how to walk, how to speak, how to see what it's seeing, how to think, you know, how to react. So when a hen or a chicken, whatever, lays the egg, inside of it, it's not a baby chicken. It's fucking the little yolk bullshit. It has to go through a process for it to gain its form so it can look like a chicken. the creator was going through the same process so it could get its form, so it can see what it's seeing. It's so it can realize what it's thinking, so it can react, so it can act. So when it realized that, when it went to a point where it already hit that point where it was in its form stage, you gotta realize when a creator, it didn't have a form, like a star, like a circle, a square, like a bird. No. Its form was like throwing water on the floor. You get that splatter. The creator's form was a splatter. So when it went to that point where it was able to think and the whole nine, it started to create. Because you realized it was already in them thinking stages. So everything that comes with the mind to think, it's able to react to it. So when it was at that stage, it started to create. Boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. In life, there's always going to be a left side to the bridge and a right side to the bridge, because without the left, there wouldn't be a right. Always remember that. So the right, the creator threw it out when it started to create space around it, So when it threw the negative out, the positive, it kept it right next to it, which was us. Which throughout time, it went to a point where we had forms, just like this, We were spiritually advanced as fuck, So it was just like, we had forms. No matter what was out there, we were stronger. Because we were the first creations of all creations other than the creator. Because that was the only thing above us. So we were just chilling, The creator's creating, boom, 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 No matter what was out there, it was the shit. Keep that in mind. So it went to the point where when the creator was creating, it hit a stop where it was like, whoa, what's this? It's like your phone. You use too much memory of it, you run out of space, so you have to delete shit so you can get more space. The creator realized that it created so much inside space. The space is a creation that it created around it. So it has its limit because it's a creation. Just a thought. So when it realized that, it was like, so I gotta delete shit in order for me to create. Okay. But it got confused. Because it was like, hey, I'm not able to delete. I'm able to create, but I'm not able to decreate. So it realized we were able to decreate and create. So it's like, hey, I'm gonna use you as my army. Go decreate for me because I want to create. can be like, how can the creator not create? He's the creator of our creators. You know, we're not all perfect. That's why it's the creator. You know, if it was able to decreate, then it wouldn't be able to call him the creator. It would be something else. So we went out there, boom, 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 decreating like nothing, going beast mode. You know, shutting everything down. No matter what was out there, how big it was, or how tough you think it was, we decreated you. There was no such thing as one of us being decreated by something out there. Nope. We were the shit. You know, while we kill time, we have a station. We're home, you know. Up, you can see a scoreboard. People having a competition, seeing who can decreate faster. See, what you gotta realize is that space was so big that we weren't all able to decreate all at once in one place. So we had to separate in groups. That's why we had a station. That's why we had a scoreboard. We had someone else giving us, like a recruiter guy giving us, you know, a list of checkpoints, saying, hey, this is where y'all gotta go decreate. This is where y'all gotta go decreate. So we're just competing. You know, there's no such thing as something out there decreating us. We were just that. We were just what you expect, you know? We're the first creations of our creations. So when there's a guy named King. And they're out there decreating. Boom, 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 boom. You know, they're doing the doing. One day King comes back, and the recruiter guy, he's like, hey, look at the scoreboard. He's like, what you mean, look at the scoreboard? He's like, look at the scoreboard. He looked at the scoreboard, and he's confused, because it's like, it says one of our groups didn't come back from a checkpoint. He's like, what the fuck? That's not possible. That's never happened. We always come back, you know, with the shit. So King tells the recruiter guy, hey, give me his checkpoint. I want to go see what made our group not come back. So King goes out there, boom, with his group. They land here, you know, in this universe. And they're like, decreating, boom, 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 you know? And they're like, damn, they're tripping out. They're like, man, we're decreating like nothing. What made our group not come back? So the last place to be decreated when they landed here was, which we call home Earth. Other than the sun, because the sun, they never decreated it, because they were like, look, that's the satellite to be like, hey, something was created over there, go decreate. So they come here and start decreating. And they're getting confused, because they're like, hey, you know, we're decreating, we see a certain shield, and they recognize it, so they get close to it. And when they get close to it, they're like, hey, they realize it's their group. It's like, hey, we thought y'all was decreated. We thought y'all was like gone. They're like, nah. We just found out the truth. It's like the truth. The truth was that they realized that the creator had them decreating good and bad, not caring if it was good or bad. They just wanted it to be decreated so it can create again on the level. So they realized that. So they said, it used us, so it can decreate. And not only it used us, but it was scared. Because when it first created, it created a positive and a negative. The negative, it threw it out when it started to create. The positive, it kept it right next to it, which was us. It was scared because the negative was the cancer. It was scared that that cancer would extinct every creation, even the creator. And the creator can't do shit about it because it can only create, it can decreate. That's what it used us. It used us to find that. So we can decreate it before it can decreate the creator. It was scared. So all my smokers. So he was like, I'm not gonna decreate no more then. In life there's consequences, by not doing what you're not supposed to do. He told King, I understand that there's consequences for me because I do not want to follow the creator's movement no more. Give me my consequences. I will not fight back. I understand. King's like, you my brother. I'll fall side to side with you on bows. Anything for a second, I'm gonna wanna decorate you. So King looks up and tells the creator, hey, if you want to send a whole 9 at us, because we don't want to follow your movement no more, and send them. And he sent them. He sent a whole 9. See, in life, that's all it's going to be, someone that wants to be better than you, that wants your spot, that wants your shine. When he sent him, that guy in front of the line, King was trying to tell him, they found out the truth. But that guy wasn't trying to hear it. Because he was like, I'm about to get your spot. You can say whatever you want, it don't matter. I'm about to get your shine. I'm about to be you now. So he attacked King and his group. Gave them their consequences, which was decreate them by law of the creator that we live by off. So they didn't fight back to be tough. They fought back so they can defend themselves. See, they're fighting and fighting, And King stops and looks around. It's like he's seeing his own people kill each other. And for what? Because they found out the truth? So he tells himself, you know what? He tells his group, look, we must hide. But not hide to be cowards. But hide so we can be able to be alive the next day. To spread out the truth, even though we can't go back home. Ain't that something? But just a thought. So they hid. See, every time we decreated something, we decreated it with the finished bang. And When that guy seen, when we finished, you can't, when we did the bang, they did the bang, they, it's like a spiritual beam. Through a spiritual beam, went a certain distance and seen the bang. You know, you can't be 2 feet from a nuclear atomic bomb when it's being detonated, when it explodes, because then you're going to kill yourself. You got to be a certain distance away to see it, so it won't affect you. So every time they did it, boom, all this went a certain distance. So when they seen that they hid, that guy's like, you cowards, I'm going to just finish you off then. Got the beam through it, boom, went towards that distance. King came out real quick, boom, flipped that bitch, boom. That bitch went to a bang. That guy seen the bang, he flipped. King realizes, he tells himself, man, this guy seen the bang. He's thinking this was the created, but he just seen the bang, but he didn't see where the bang was at. So the spot is good. So everybody comes out, you know. And he tells himself, this guy, he's not gonna go back home. He's gonna go recreate the other checkpoints on the list that we didn't want to decreate no more. So King realizes that. And it's like, he tells his group, we must go ahead of them on each checkpoint before they get there and get some type of species from there, something, and bring it back, you know, before it's extincted, so it can have a chance, you know. So they did that. Boom, 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 boom. Got there before they can get there and before they can extinct, because they can't. It's like there's so much they can do, bro. So why you think they hid? It was just so many of them. It was just like, we don't hide. We're just not gonna. Then no one's ever gonna know the truth. So they had to hide. See, when the creator created, and when we were doing that, we were bringing them all back here. Boom, 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 boom. When the creator was in his first creation stage, it was basic. It was one world where just one world for the different type of cats, lions, tigers, jaguars, different types of breeds. You know, one world with different types of elephants, mammoths. One world with different birds. You know, hawks. This. Everything had its own world. It was one creation. So we just brought that back. I know it's not exactly like it's from, but it's something. You know how this shit wasn't extinct? So, Earth was once one land. You know? Before we broke it down. But we only broke it down because our king realized the first group, when they came here, they landed here. So they didn't decreate. We decreated that. So when they landed here, they realized, hey, look what we found. Which was the white seed. You know, we've never seen that in our eyes. This is the first time we've seen that seed. It left it here to die with no knowledge, no nothing, just cavemen, just boom. Because it was scared. We didn't know where it was at because it wasn't advanced. You know? Just a thought of something was created because there goes your satellite. We couldn't tell what it was because it never moved. It never created. It was just, you know, it was, the creator wasn't so perfect. So we told ourselves, we're not going to extinct, and we fought for you. We can't go back home for you because we stood up for you. We could have killed you and said, fuck it. The next checkpoint, we're just going to stand up and say no more fighting. But we said, we're going to stand up right now. Against them. There have been other races, yeah, we've seen. I've never seen that one though. So we told ourselves we must break this land apart, because if we stay in one land, this seed will extinct us through our time. But we got to advance it on the level so it can be able to live. Just a thought. Showed it how to see, how to smell, taste, speak, hear, feel, walk, how to think, how to react, how to act, how to create. We didn't leave you as a caveman. You can be like, oh, there's all different types of cavemen. It's just not that. That's where it started. Because we're not from here. Well, they're not from here. On the mind of King. They're not from here. So before I broke it down, I told all the groups, look, I'm gonna write this book. Then I want all y'all to write your own books and create something in your own ideas, but get it off of this book. So they did that. Broke it down. Boom, boom, boom. Everybody went their ways. Didn't all just separated one race. No, we were all together. It's just when we advanced that seed, it just hated. It looked at us as a threat because it's like, man, we just can never be better than you. And we feel like you can bully us anytime, even though you not about that bully, and you're spiritually there and the whole nine, but it's seen them as a threat. So throughout time, they did that. They extincted them. Not physically, because they weren't able to. But through a sickness, a virus. You can't say it's not true, because if you look around, we're still here. You see browns, you see blacks, Asians, African Americans, Mexicans, whatever you want to call it. So, half-breeds in a level. But they did that, knowing we give you a chance. Tell us in return you extincted our people. Because you were scared. I'm not saying the people in this generation. I'm saying the ancestors at that time, their minds of how they was thinking. I'm talking about way back. Before any timeline that you even know about. But the thought said, what if they come back to decreate? Who's going to be there to hold it down for you? Who? Those. Just a thought, what if? It's another book I'm working on. So you can't say I'm crazy for this one. It's just a thought, you know, an idea, you know. It's crazy though. 'Cause at the end of the day, what you gotta realize is, you know, he seen the bang, you know. For him, he's thinking that, oh, okay, it was the creating. So we can go back and create anytime. That's crazy on a level. Hey, it is what it is. I call this one with it. I'm working on a lot. I got a lot of books. I got this one. I got screening. You gotta check out screening. I uploaded screening. It's just an idea. I wrote that one. I did that one a long time ago. I want you to peep that out. Jama vlogger. You want bust a freestyle? Yo, yo, yo. Santa Claus. I got 3 hoes. Ho, ho, ho. Ooh, get my Grammy later. Alright, I'm out.